that isn't meant for you. All right, Leo, let's get into your reading. So, the message coming in strong today is this person cannot resist you right now. Their body reacts to the thought of you, and that physical pull is only getting more intense. The attraction they carry for you has grown overwhelming, and they reached a point of no return here. They think about you in ways that go beyond friendship, beyond anything safe or familiar to them. You awakened a craving inside of them, and no matter what they try, it refuses to quiet down. There is no off switch for this hunger, and the more they suppress it, the louder it grows. This desire sits deep in their chest, in their bones, and it will not release its hold. Let us go ahead and get into it because the cards confirm every piece of this energy today. The first card here is the Devil, and it carries raw, undeniable attraction pouring through it right now. This card shows a bond between you, one that operates on a deeply physical and magnetic level. Their want for you is not passing. It is a constant pull that tightens with every single day. The Devil does not arrive for casual attraction. It appears when the craving has consumed their whole being. They replay moments with you in their mind, and each memory ignites a hunger that only grows. They did not plan to want you like this, but their body and mind have already chosen you. What this card confirms is that their desire crosses lines they normally guard, and it unsettles them deeply. A desperation lives underneath this card, a need they have tried to bury, but it keeps resurfacing. They ache for you in quiet moments, and the longing becomes so heavy it threatens to spill over. The Devil says your presence triggers something primal in them, something that bypasses all logic or reason. They feel your pull even when you are not near, and that haunts them more than they admit. Your name alone is enough to shift their entire mood, and they stop pretending it does not matter. This card confirms the craving is permanent. It has locked into them on a deep cellular level now. The next card coming through is the Queen of Wands, and she speaks to your magnetic presence here. You carry a fire that this person finds impossible to resist, no matter the setting or the moment. Your warmth, your confidence, and the way you hold space pulls them into you without any effort. They have never encountered energy like yours, and it terrifies them as much as it draws them near. This card tells me that your energy, on its own, is enough to shatter every defense they built. The Queen of Wands confirms you are the source of their fixation, and they recognize it fully now. They see you, and their composure cracks open because your presence triggers a visceral response inside of them. What they feel is beyond attraction, it is reverence, and they have no idea how to contain it. Your aura reaches them before a word is spoken, and that invisible pull drives them completely wild. The way you move, the way you speak, and the way you exist captivates them without any mercy. No one else occupies their mind the way you do, and that exclusivity frightens them to their core. Then we have the Ace of Wands, and this card brings fresh passion building toward a breaking point. New waves of desire are crashing through them, and each wave hits them harder than the one before. This is not recycled attraction. This is a brand new fire that ignited recently and keeps spreading fast. The Ace of Wands confirms that their craving for you is alive, urgent, and gaining real momentum. Something shifted in them recently, and now the desire burns hotter than anything they have ever known. They cannot look at you the same way anymore. Every glance carries weight and raw, unspoken intensity. The desire is no longer a whisper. It has turned into a roar that fills their entire body. This card confirms the fire between you is fresh, undeniable, and nowhere close to burning itself out. They are reaching a tipping point, and deep down, they know there is no going back from this. Every card aligns to confirm one truth. This person wants you in ways they have never expressed. They cannot escape you. They cannot erase you. And the truth is, they do not want to. Now, let us go deeper into this, because your side of the connection holds just as much weight. You have been feeling something stir inside of you, and it is not something you can ignore. Your body knows before your mind catches up, and lately that knowing has become impossible to dismiss. A tension lives inside you right now, a pull you did not invite but cannot deny either. You feel it in your stomach, in the way your breath shifts, and you cannot name it yet. Part of you wants to surrender completely, and the other part is terrified of what that means. Let us see what the cards are showing, because they speak directly to what lives inside of you. The first card here is the High Priestess, and she confirms the deep knowing you carry today. You already sense what exists between you two, and no overthinking has erased that quiet truth. Your intuition has been loud lately, and you have been doing everything possible to quiet it down. You feel the connection in your bones, in your sleep, and in moments where your guard drops. The connection follows you into your waking hours, and it refuses to let you breathe without feeling it. A longing sits underneath your composure, and it pulses louder every time you let yourself be still. You tried to rationalize what you feel, but your body refuses to follow the logic your mind builds. This card confirms you are holding a desire so intense it has started rearranging your inner world. Your dreams have shifted recently, and the emotional weight you carry throughout the day has grown heavier. The High Priestess says you already know what you want, but admitting it out loud terrifies you. You built a careful exterior, and behind it lives a craving that contradicts everything you show the world. Your silence is not indifference, it is protection, and the cards see through the armor you wear. You are afraid that opening this door, even slightly, will unravel everything you have carefully controlled. That fear is valid, but underneath it lives a hunger that grows louder with every passing day. The next card is the Nine of Wands, and it reveals how exhausted your resistance has truly become. You have been guarding yourself for so long, and the weight of that defense is wearing you down. Every wall you built was meant to protect you, but now those walls feel more like a cage. Your armor has cracks in it, and the truth keeps leaking through, no matter how hard you try. The Nine of Wands confirms you are tired of pretending, tired of denying what pulses through you. You want to let go. You want to stop resisting, but old wounds have taught you caution. That old wound still whispers at night, and it tells you that vulnerability only brings you pain. You carry the memory of past betrayal, and it colors every new feeling with doubt and hesitation. This card shows your exhaustion is not physical, it is emotional, and your spirit begs for release. You want permission to feel freely, and the frustration of holding back sits heavy in your chest. Your guard is still raised, but it is shaking, and deep down, you can feel it weakening. You are closer to surrender than you have ever been, and that alone terrifies you just as much. Then we have the Two of Cups, and this card speaks to your desire for real connection. You crave a bond that mirrors everything you keep hidden, a love that sees you without explanation. What lives in your heart is a longing for depth, for honesty, and for mutual recognition here. The Two of Cups confirms your desire is not reckless. It is rooted in something deeply genuine. You want to be chosen without condition, and you have waited so long to feel that certainty. A vulnerability lives underneath your silence, and this card confirms it has been growing week after week. You are holding back words you fear to speak, and the weight of that silence is unbearable now. Your heart already knows what it wants, and your mind is the only thing left resisting it. Every emotion you pushed down is rising to the surface, and you cannot keep it buried much longer. Your desire for closeness has reached a tipping point, and the cards show you standing at the edge. Okay, come in close, because now we are stepping into their world and what they carry inside. This person is not handling what they feel for you well, and their emotions are spiraling right now. They wear a mask every single day, and behind it lives a storm they cannot calm or control. Their feelings for you have grown so large it presses on them without mercy. They did not expect to feel this deeply, and the weight of it presses on them without mercy. What lives inside their chest is not casual, it is consuming, and they have no release for it. Their mind replays your energy constantly, and every thought of you triggers a reaction they cannot manage. The first card is the Knight of Cups, and it shows the emotional depth they carry inside. This person holds romantic feelings that run far beneath the surface, and those feelings terrify them completely. The Knight of Cups confirms their heart has already decided, even if their words have not caught up. They feel devotion towards you that they have never expressed, and it weighs on them every single day. Their emotional world has narrowed to one focus, and that focus is you, and they cannot change it. This card reveals that they rehearse conversations with you inside their head, but fear always stops them cold. They want to offer you everything they feel, but vulnerability is the one thing they have never mastered. The Knight of Cups says their love language lives in gestures, ones they are too afraid to deliver. They imagine closeness with you in quiet moments, and the longing becomes almost unbearable inside their body. Their feelings are not surface level. This card confirms an emotional current that runs through everything they do. They think about you first thing in the morning, and the ache of missing you never fully leaves. What they carry is not infatuation, it is a devotion that has settled into their bones permanently now. The next card coming through is the Moon, and it reveals the fear that lives behind their silence. This person is terrified of being exposed, terrified of showing you how deeply they have already fallen. The Moon confirms that confusion clouds their every decision, and they cannot separate logic from raw emotion anymore. They fear rejection more than anything, and that fear has built a wall between their heart and words. There is a darkness they wrestle with at night, a voice that tells them they are not enough. The Moon says their insecurity runs deeper than anyone sees, and it distorts how they view themselves entirely. They question whether they deserve what they feel for you, and that doubt poisons every brave impulse. Their fear is not about you, it is about themselves and whether they can ever be enough. This card shows a person caught between two truths, one that says reach and one that says retreat. They hide behind distance because closeness forces them to confront parts of themselves they buried long ago. The Moon confirms their silence is not coldness, it is fear wearing a disguise they have perfected. Their inner world is louder than ever before, and the noise of wanting you drowns everything else. Then we have the Five of Cups, and this card reveals the weight pressing down on their spirit. This person carries regret for moments they let pass, for words they swallowed, and for distance they created. The Five of Cups shows grief sitting beside desire, and both emotions fight for space inside them constantly. They mourn the time they have wasted being afraid, and that mourning fuels the urgency they feel now. Their emotional state is fragile right now, and they are holding themselves together with very little strength left. This card confirms they feel the gap between you, and it causes them genuine pain every day. What haunts them most is knowing they could lose you to hesitation, and that thought destroys them. The Five of Cups says their tears fall in private, and no one around them knows its depth. They grieve what has not happened yet, and that anticipatory loss sits in their stomach like a stone. Their pride keeps them upright, but underneath that pride lives a tenderness they show absolutely no one else. So let us go into it because the energy is shifting and real movement is finally forming. This person is done sitting still, and something inside them has clicked into a brand new gear. The hesitation that held them frozen is cracking, and real decisions are forming in their mind today. They are no longer debating whether to reach for you. They are figuring out exactly how. A shift has taken place behind the scenes, and it pushes them toward direct contact with you. Their next move is not a question of if, it is purely a question of timing now. The cards confirm action is imminent, and the direction points straight toward you without any hesitation. The first card is the Eight of Wands, and it signals fast movement heading in your direction. Messages, calls, or unexpected contact is coming, and it will arrive quicker than you anticipate here. The Eight of Wands confirms the waiting period is over, and momentum has taken full control now. They made an internal decision to stop holding back, and that choice is already setting things moving. This card shows rapid developments unfolding, and the pace between you two accelerates beyond their original plan. They are preparing to reach out, and the timing of that reach will catch you off guard. This card confirms they are no longer circling from a distance. They are closing the gap deliberately. The Eight of Wands does not move slowly. Events will stack fast once the first step lands. What is coming carries speed, and there will be little time to process before the next move. They already started making small shifts in their routine, positioning themselves closer to your world quietly. Small choices are adding up, and the trajectory of those choices leads directly to your front door. This card confirms a message is being crafted, and it carries real weight behind every single word. The next card is the Chariot, and it speaks to the determination driving their next steps forward. This person has locked onto a decision, and nothing is going to pull them off this path now. The Chariot confirms a willpower activated inside them, and it overrides every excuse they once leaned on. They are no longer waiting for the perfect moment. They are choosing to move regardless of outcome. This card shows a person who gathered real courage, ready to push through the discomfort of action. Their approach will feel deliberate, focused, and direct, because the Chariot allows absolutely no half measures. The Chariot does not pause for doubt, and neither will they from this moment going forward here. They are making room in their life for you, clearing space in their priorities without hesitation. Their actions will speak louder than anything they avoided saying, and that shift will prove itself quickly. They are stepping toward you with full intention, and every move from here will feel purposeful. Obstacles they once hid behind are being removed one by their own willing hand today. Their behavior is about to shift visibly, and people close to them will notice the change first. The momentum behind their decision is strong, and the follow-through will match the intensity of resolve. Then we have the Page of Swords, and this card brings communication that is sharp and ready. They are gathering the right words, and the message they deliver will be more honest than ever. The Page of Swords confirms a conversation is being planned, and it will cut through all silence. This person is rehearsing what to say, and every draft gets bolder than the previous attempt made. Their communication style is about to change, shifting from guarded small talk to raw, direct honesty. New information is surfacing, and they intend to lay certain truths on the table very soon now. They are done filtering themselves around you, and the next interaction will feel noticeably different entirely. This card shows the courage to speak plainly, and their words will carry a weight you recognize. The Page of Swords confirms they chose transparency over protection, and that choice has already been sealed. The silence between you has an expiration date, and it is arriving faster than either of you think. Now, let us go ahead and dive into this, because what they hide tells the real story. What this person refuses to say, the confession trapped inside, is louder than anything ever spoken. Their silence holds confessions that would change everything between you, and they guard those words with fear. Behind every calm interaction lives a truth so raw it would reshape how you see them completely. They carry secrets about you that no one around them has ever heard. Not one single person knows. The confessions trapped inside their chest are not small. They are the kind that alter entire lifetimes. Let us go ahead and dive into this, because these cards expose what lives beneath their controlled surface. The first card is the Seven of Cups, and it reveals the fantasies they will never admit to. This person imagines a life with you in vivid detail, and those visions consume their private hours. The Seven of Cups confirms they have built entire futures with you inside their mind, fully formed. They picture waking beside you, building with you, and growing old with you in absolute completeness. Their fantasies are not vague, they are specific, detailed, and emotionally charged beyond what words can capture. They imagine conversations with you that have never happened, and each one feels more real than the last. This card reveals their desire for you extends into every corner, every crevice of their imagination. The Seven of Cups says they daydream about your touch, your voice, and the way you hold space. They fantasize about telling you everything, but the moment they rehearse it, fear swallows the words whole. What they secretly want is to be fully exposed in front of you, without judgment or consequence. Their hidden confession is this: they already chose you in their mind, and there is no alternative. They do not want casual with you. They crave permanence, depth, and a bond that nothing can break. The next card coming through is the Star, and it uncovers the hope they buried deepest of all. This person secretly prays for a second chance, a clean slate, and the courage to finally speak truth. The Star confirms that underneath their armor lives a wish so tender it makes them feel vulnerable. They want you to see them at their most unguarded, and that desire terrifies them beyond measure. Their hidden hope is that you feel exactly what they feel, and that you have not given up. The Star says their deepest confession is not about lust alone. It is about belonging and being chosen. They want to be your safe place, your anchor, and the person you turn to before anyone else. This card reveals a secret wish for emotional exclusivity, where no one else exists in your world. They confess silently that jealousy has crept in, and the thought of losing you to another destroys them. The Star confirms they wished on this connection more times and more intensely than they would admit. Their hidden prayer is simple. They want to matter to you in a way no one else has. What they will not say is that they already see you as irreplaceable, and that scares them deeply. Then we have the King of Cups, and this card exposes the emotional depth they mask every day. This person presents calm on the outside, but inside they are drowning in feelings they refuse to name. The King of Cups confirms they suppress what they feel, burying intensity to avoid seeming desperate. They confess in silence that they have cried over you, and no one in their life knows that. Their composure is a performance, and behind it lives a tenderness reserved exclusively for you alone. This card reveals they have written messages to you they never sent, and each one held raw truth. The King of Cups says their control is a cage, and you are the only key to it. What they will never admit is that they compare every person to you, and no one measures up. Their secret is that they already belong to you emotionally, and that surrender happened long before today. This card confirms they fantasize about vulnerability with you, about dropping every mask and being fully seen. They confess without words that their loyalty already shifted toward you, quietly and without anyone noticing. Okay, let us see what the cards show, because the near future holds major confirmation for you. What lies ahead is not uncertainty, it is alignment, and the cards make that undeniably clear today. This reading closes with clarity, and the future ahead is drenched in undeniable purpose and direction. The first card for the near future is the Lovers, and it confirms union approaching your doorstep now. The Lover says this connection is destined, fully and completely, to reach a point of mutual recognition. A moment of truth is arriving, where both of you stand face to face with what this is. The Lovers confirms attraction, longing, and unspoken words will all collide in one powerful encounter. This card does not arrive for temporary connections. It shows up when two paths are meant to merge. What forms in the near future carries real weight, and neither of you will be able to deny. The Lover says physical and emotional union are both on the table, and timing draws closer daily. For the advice card, we have Strength, and it asks you to hold your center through this. Strength says the most powerful thing you can do right now is trust your own stillness and patience. Do not chase what is already moving toward you. Let it arrive on its own terms and timing. Strength confirms your quiet confidence, your stillness, is the very thing pulling them closer without force. The advice here is clear. Stay grounded, stay open, and let your energy do the work for you. Do not dim your light to make space for their fear, and do not shrink for their comfort. Strength says your power lives in your presence, and the less you push, the faster they will come. Trust what the cards laid out today, because every piece of this reading confirmed the same direction. The energy building between you reached a tipping point, and what comes next will not be subtle. Let me bring this full circle for you, because the message today was loud and unmistakable throughout. The message that came through was this: this person is craving you on every level imaginable today. Their attraction is not casual. It is physical, emotional, and spiritual, and it consumes them without mercy. They are fighting a battle between desire and fear, and desire is winning that war every single day. The cards confirmed they are preparing to act. Their silence has an expiration, and contact approaches fast. Everything you sensed in your spirit has now been validated, card after card, without a single contradiction. What they hide from you are confessions of devotion, fantasies